How's it going? All right. Now, if you've got ADHD, time blocking sounds like it shouldn't work. Tried it multiple times, but actually, if you do it the right way, it will. And in this video, I'll break down exactly how time blocking works for ADHD specifically and how using it, you can do so without burnout. Now, time blocking is one of the most recommended productivity strategies out there. And if you have ADHD, well, probably try it countless number of times. You map out your day, assign tasks specific hours, feel super productive for, well, maybe about a day, and then it falls all apart. You fall behind, things shift. Suddenly, well, it was nice knowing your schedule. So you abandon it and you assume that time blocking just doesn't work for me. Well, here's the truth. It's not that time blocking doesn't work. It's that traditional time blocking is designed for brains that experience time consistently. And if you've got ADHD, well, time seems so variable. Now, let's bring in what research actually shows. One of the core traits of ADHD is something called blindness. Time blindness, to be more specific. Not actual blindness. So one of the core traits of ADHD is something called time blindness, which, got a watch to help me with that, but hey, still gets the best of me. Studies in cognitive psychology have shown that individuals with ADHD have difficulty with, drumroll please, estimating how long things take, feeling the passage of time in real time, anticipating future consequences. Does that sound like you? I know it sounds like me. This is linked to differences in the brain's dopamine system and executive function, or dysfunction, however you want to put it, especially in areas like the prefrontal cortex. In simpler terms, if your brain doesn't naturally track time in a stable, linear way, then, well, you understand how that works. There's also research showing that ADHD brains rely more on immediate rewards rather than delayed ones. You ever tried to be like, I'll do that in a little bit and figure what the reward is? Well, it comes out about as well as that sentence did and turns out just as poorly. Now, what that means is that a schedule that says do this at 2 p.m. for a future benefit is neurologically less compelling than something where you go, I just get the benefit now. Why do I have to wait until then? So when time blocking fails, it's not a discipline issue. It's a mismatch between the tool and your brain. So here's where most people go wrong. They create time blocks. Get out your little calendar, just 9, 10, 11, 12. You got your start project, emails, deep work, and there's listed out like that. What's the problem? Well, ADHD brains are highly sensitive to disruption and rigidity. The moment something takes longer than expected, whole thing just out the window. Chuck it aside. You get interrupted, the entire system collapses. It's an all or nothing situation and turns into being nothing. And motivation drops with it, just right out the window. There's actually behavioral research showing that when plans feel invalid, people are more likely to disengage entirely rather than just adapt. So it's not just inconvenient. Well, it's structurally fragile, to put it in the French way, or not French. I don't know if you watch Friends TV show. So, how do we fix it? Well, you don't throw out the time block. Grab that back. Got this. We're going to adapt. So instead of having a dumpster fire and rigid time blocks, use what's called flexible time anchoring. Now, here's the shift that you use. You stop assigning specific tasks to exact times. I mean, when was the last time you ate lunch at exactly 12 p.m. like most people think you might need to? Maybe on accident. So, starting to assign, what you do instead is start assigning types of effort to flexible windows. So instead of 9, write report, you say morning, deep work block. Instead, inside that block, you choose from a short list of tasks. Instead of one, you have a few to pick from, depending on your energy and focus. Now, the goal is not to finish all of them in that time. It's to select a single one and work on it, not complete it necessarily during that window. Research on ADHD shows performance improves when there's a balance of structure and autonomy. Too much structure, you get some resistance. Too much freedom, you get chaos. This method gives you a bit of both. I mean, how many of us really, when someone tells us to do something, you feel like doing the opposite? Don't do that to yourself. Now, here's how to actually do this in a way that sticks. Step 1, divide your day into 3 to 4 flexible time blocks. Emphasis on the flexible, and it needs to be reasonable. Now, here's how that works. Let's say, for example, morning, deep work. Midday, admin, light tasks, making lists, something to work on. Afternoon, creative or flexible work. And then in your evening, some personal time. Let's go on to step 2. Assign task pools to each block. Not one task. Give it a small list. Small. Not your entire to-do list, just a small list. This removes the pressure from picking the perfect task. Now, step 3. Add a visible anchor, something to trigger your brain. This could be a timer, a sticky note, or even just a written label for the block. Something that reminds you, this is what this time is for. Step number 4. Use entry points, not expectations. So instead of, I need to complete this task during this block, you say, I just need to start something in this category. Begin one of the tasks. This aligns with research showing that task initiation is one of the biggest barriers in ADHD. It's not the actual completion. Now, if time blocking has never worked for you before, now you know why. And you can work to avoid a dumpster fire. It's not about forcing yourself into a rigid system. It's about building one for yourself that matches the way that your brain actually works. Give this a try. Don't rebuild your entire schedule. Just create one flexible time block for tomorrow. You don't have to change everything, just one. And give it a test. If you want to learn more or like this video, like and subscribe, and look at the resources below or in my bio. If you want deeper strategies like this, one's backed by both real-world use and actual research, or just some of my personal experience having had ADHD, check out the links in my bio. Now, that's where you start turning ideas into systems that actually work for you long-term. Let me know in the comments what you liked about this, what you got done with it, but if nothing else, I'll see you after you finish that next task. See you in the next video.